The Christian imagination, I explain the origins of race, which have to do with Christianity, how Christianity helped to create the idea of race. And the simple idea is this, that we cannot understand the development of race, how people see themselves through the category of race, without also understanding the category of modern property, that property and race go together. And the idea is this, that people used to see themselves tied directly to land, that their identities could not be discussed, could not be explained apart from land and animals. And when the colonialists came, what they did is that they changed that way of looking at the relationship of people to land, so that people began to imagine who they were completely enclosed in their bodies within race. So race and place are tied together. That's why it's so difficult for people to understand why race continues to be such a powerful way of thinking, because it's tied to the way we understand space. One of the questions I have always struggled with is why segregation, spatial segregation, people living in different neighborhoods based not only on class and economic status, but based on race, why segregation and race seem to be made for each other. And the reason is that they feed off of each other. Spatial separation and racial identity are bound together. And that history is what I discuss in the book. The idea in my book tries to look at how we imagine the lines of belonging, who we belong to, and who we should belong to based on race. So this is why you can have people who are utter strangers to each other, never met each other. And when they come into a room with the same racial group, they automatically imagine connection that doesn't exist. The reason that's the case is because it borrows from Christianity its own deep sense of connection and belonging. And so that's part of what makes race such a strong and powerful category. It's the way we imagine connection. And so my book tries to unearth why it is that people who don't know each other imagine they're connected. My book is aimed primarily at Christians to try to get them to reimagine connection away from racial lines as a way to offer to other peoples a way to do it. So far, when people have read the book, lights have come on for many people. First, they see a connection to space and race that they've never seen before. Second, they see that the sense of connection that they have is not really rational. It is something else. And so they can start to think rationally about, well, why do I feel connected to people just because we have the same what's known as phenotype? That doesn't make any sense unless you understand it as a way of looking borrowed from a religious way of looking, borrowed from Christianity and placed in a very strange context. A person from the committee called me to let me know that I had won. I thought she was joking. I thought, surely, you know, you're just being kind to me to say something that's sweet like that. But she said, no, you really have won. So I was so excited. And it means everything for a scholar to have this kind of validation. You know, when you're a scholar and you write, and you're sitting there in your office and you're hoping that people somewhere out there will read this and understand it. But you always do that in hope, never knowing if it'll happen. And so to know that people read it, understood it, and found that it was compelling, oh, that makes all the difference in the world. It's an incredible validation for years of work that I've done, but yet years that I'm going to do, years of work I'm going to be doing.